Hey, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, Soapbox Nation. I'm your host, Matt Morgan, and thank you for joining me for episode 120 of Soapbox Daily. Today, well, hey, you know what? Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for tuning in. I do appreciate you being here, and I love you being here, so I just want to let you know. Today, though, it's a little different, and I'm going to go and we're going to talk a little bit about one of my inspirations, one of my idols, one of the voices of my generation. I guess I'll put it that way. Out of all the people I've listened to that are famous, this guy is one of them. So today, as you can see by the show title, because Kevin Smith told me so. Or it's told me to, sorry. Because Kevin Smith told me to. And that's basically what it is. And that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about Kevin Smith. And we're going to go a little more details about Kevin Smith for those of you that don't know who he is. But before we get into that, hey, how's your integrity been today? How's your integrity been this week? Are you being the positive change? Are you being the change the world needs? Hey, only you would know, onwards and upwards. Remember, it is the cloak and dagger, doing the right thing when no one else is watching. That's basically what that is. So do the right thing, be the positive change, domino effect, my friends. You know, change the world, make it a better place. So let's get into this today. Kevin Smith. Now, my generation knows who Kevin Smith is. And Kevin Smith's pretty much my age. He's 52, I'm 50. It's pretty much close. But if you're a Gen X, you know who Kevin Smith is. He is right along the lines of those outspoken people that tried to change the world with their talent by having a voice that people will listen to. And more people should listen to them. Like, for instance, George Carlin. He was a mega voice that people listen to. And it didn't sink into all ears. Some people are a little dense, but he preached, he spoke, he told truth. And we're going to go into other people because, you know, George Carlin influenced a lot of people, and one of the people he influenced, of course, was Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith I stumbled across in the 90s, actually, with one of his earlier movies that he, put together and everything else. And from his film Clerks from 1994, which he wrote, directed, co-produced, and acted as a character of Silent Bob. And I've watched this gentleman come out and create some amazing stuff that spoke to a generation and multiple generations and really said a lot. I mean, it was kooky, it was funny. I mean, he's played a whole bunch of different genres, in my opinion, from comedy to serious to drama to love, you name it. He's covered a lot of the bases. But today we're going to talk about this. We're not going to draw this out any more than we want to or have to, but it was one thing that, because I watched the recent documentary about Kevin Smith called Clerk, and watching it, there's something that he said at a pivotal point in this documentary, and it's right around the time that he had a heart attack back in, I think it was 2018. But these words resonate with me and they speak true. And I want to pass these words on to you. If you haven't seen the documentary yet, if you haven't, I recommend it. But he basically said, hey, live your dreams and say what you want to say before you leave this world. Pretty straightforward. Live your dreams and say what you want to say before you leave this world. I mean, and he goes on to say, over the course of your life, you've listened to people talk on the radio, you've seen people talk on TV, and you've said to yourself or thought to yourself, I'm smarter than these people. I'm smarter than these people. I'm even funnier than this person. But no one is going to know unless you go out there and express yourself in some way, shape, or form. That's it. So many people are so afraid to go out and express themselves, are afraid to speak their voice, afraid to yell out to the world what they want to do or what they want to say. Me, that's the way I've always been. Because of all the obstacles I've had in my life, yeah, I'm going to speak my voice. I'm going to be smart about it because I have to. There's a lot of crazies out there, a lot of ignorant people that just don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear stuff that's going to make improvements. They're set in their ways, and that's fine. But this is part of the reason why I started my podcast, because the thing is that I'm going to say to the world and try to make a difference, and I'm going to express myself, and I'm going to try to make a better change. That's my goal. As you know, if you've been listening long enough, my goal is to make the world a better place. So I'm going to speak my voice. And it's people like Kevin Smith that have inspired me. So yeah, because Kevin Smith told me to, he's one of the people. He's one of the people that has inspired me. He's been an inspiration. And I'm hoping it inspires you too. It is true. Live your dreams and say what you want to say before you leave this world, because you never know. He didn't expect the heart attack. He didn't expect to get a heart attack at his age. He made life changes after the fact, but it just hit him out of the blue, because you never know. Take the time, make the time. Go out there, express yourself, say what you want to say. Don't hurt anybody, don't take from anybody or anything like that. No, but let your voice be heard. Don't be stupid about putting your safety at risk or anybody else's safety, but express yourself. Try to make a change. If you want to see a difference, do something about it. Don't just turtle. Don't turtle and don't just shell away. You can do it. Anyways, that's about it for today. You know what? If you get an opportunity, check out Kevin Smith. As I said, he is a voice of a generation, in my opinion. Maybe not your opinion, but from my opinion, he is. He is funny. He makes some kooky comedies, but he makes some good movies as well. He's got an interesting history behind him, but he is right. He is right. You should live your dreams and say what you want to say before you leave this world, because you never know. You never know. All right. Hey, I wanted to thank you very much for tuning in today. If you get an opportunity, please check out over at Twitter. So at Twitter, at Mad Soapbox. Please check that out. Also, our new website, our new central hub, The Mad Morgan, themadmorgan.com. Please check it out, themadmorgan.com. You will find links and information to all our podcasts and shows and everything else. And as I said, we're still pulling it together. We haven't had the time. We've been really busy with family stuff, but you know what? Keep an eye on that. Check it out. And hey, reviews, share, any support you can give, always appreciated. So thank you very much in advance, because, we're digging a hole each month, and until we get some sponsors and some supporters, it's adding up there, and it might just be our demise. But hopefully we don't have to get to that point. But if you can contribute to a Patreon or whatever, please help us out. We would appreciate that. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up for today. Hey, I'm your host, Mad Morgan. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I hope you have a marvelous day moving forward. See you next episode.